English Movie Explainer. Please like, subscribe and share.
A young girl named Nora is shown at the start of the film story while climbing the mountain with her father. Nora's father thinks differently from the world, that if they will see from their heart, things will seem different. If we will see the mountains, we will see the things that are just in stories. Trolls are still present in the dark. They keep themselves hidden from the rest of the world. Nora's father told her a story many years ago that there were 13 trolls at a wedding who were drunk. They were unconscious and the time passed likewise. The sunlight fell on them and they turned into stones. Now they are in those mountain stones, but Nora feels this is just a story because there were just mountains in front of her. Nora's father asks her to see from her heart and you will see trolls. Meanwhile, Nora sees a glimpse of trolls in mountains. Trolls look like humans but were huge in size and they weren't harmful to humans. The story moves further and now Nora has grown elder and was digging at a place with her team. They didn't find any precious thing during the digging. Her team was digging that place for 6 months. But that didn't find any huge thing here. The team leader makes Nora understand that we should leave now, but Nora still wants time because her father taught her to trust herself. She doesn't care about anyone and was digging, then suddenly finds something huge. On the other side, the gunpowder was being filled in the mountains to be blasted because a station was made there. As the bombs blasted, there was a huge explosion, and when the workers move inside to check, they see something coming to them. The workers were running, being scared, and to know this matter, the military commander arranges a meeting to which Nora was also invited. The Prime Minister's advisor welcomes Nora, named Andreas. Nora sees the video in which the huge footprints are shown, and the people sitting there believe that this will be a huge thing. Maybe this happened because of a storm. But Nora says clearly that these are the footprints, but none was taking Nora's words seriously. Meanwhile, another girl arrives and shows them a video in which they see a huge thing. They all become surprised and scared that what is this thing? After it, an old couple is shown who were enjoying their evening tea. The old man sees his dog barking continuously. Meanwhile, their house starts shaking and the couple moves underground to escape, and everything was shaking there. They come out after a while and they find their house destroyed. To know all this, Nora and Andreas were sent to them. On the way, Andreas asks Nora about her father and she tells her mother died many years ago, but her father is alive and her father's thinking is different from this world. Then they each, that old couple, they meet a captain who tells someone came while crossing the stream and went far toward the mountains, and they found huge footprints at a distance of 3 kilometers, and then the footprints disappeared. Now Nora reaches the old couple and the old lady tells Nora that she heard a strange voice like someone's crying, and that was strange. Hearing the lady, Nora reaches her father with Andreas and the captain. Her father has seen mountains so closely. Nora reaches her father and there were many troll pictures in her house. Nora's father tells when the work was going on many years ago something came out of the mountains, but it was difficult to prove it. But then Nora says even today something come out of the mountains, and Nora moves to that place with her father. When they reach at that place, Nora's father staring the stones, either Andreas and captain, saying to Nora that your father is not looking well and his mental condition isn't well. Nora also feels that her father has been lost in the stories, and she goes to her father and tries to make him understand, but then she feels a strange smell and there were black clouds suddenly, but when she turns around she sees an eye. There was a huge troll in real and it was standing in front of them. The captain takes all of them from there, and moving from there they show this video in their camera to a military camp. None was believing on it, and Nora's father was still talking about trolls, but none believes his stories. The Prime Minister says we haven't much time for you to understand all this. That thing will destroy us. The further tasks will be controlled by the military, and whatever that thing will be ended. Nora moves to the captain and asks him to take her with him and says I want to go with you, but he wasn't allowed to take these 3 with him. Even then he agrees with Nora and the military tells them the troll's location. Here Nora's father apologizes to her because he didn't spend much time with her, but Nora says I am not alone, my dad is always with me. After it, the troll arrives, but it stopped at its place because it discovered there are people in the surroundings, and the captain orders to shoot at first sight, but that firing wasn't affecting the troll and it becomes furious. It was attacking them, due to which many soldiers were ended, but Andreas hid with Nora and her father behind a rock. Then Nora's father says the trolls recognize the Christians and can smell them. After it, they go in front of the troll and asks it to be calm and have courage, then asks it to stop there. The surprising thing is that the troll was understanding him and it becomes calm. Meanwhile, a few soldiers were again attacking the troll and it again becomes furious, due to which it ends a few soldiers, and here the troll mistakenly ends Nora's father, but doing this it expresses its sorrow and leaves while seeing Nora's father. While Nora's father dangs saying royal palace and house and dies after saying this to Nora. Next day the captain tells Nora there will be an air attack that will harmful to them. Nora starts searching about trolls and discovers that trolls don't like the church bells, that's why they attack the church. The commander gives Nora another chance while thinking about what Nora said, because if the trolls can be stopped to avoid destruction, it is a good thing. Nora's plan was to stop the troll while ringing the church bells, and Boris this idea works, and when the troll hears the church bells it couldn't bear them. It was breaking all the bells, and after it becomes out of control while hearing those bells, and in this whole situation troll sees Nora and after it leaves. Nora's idea doesn't work, so she was thrown out of this mission and the government thinks to attack the troll with a missile. The city was made vacant because of this, they will bear a lot of impairment. Here Nora remembers what her father said, who took Royal Palace's name while dying, and Nora decides to go there. Reaching there, she meets the chief minister of the king, and he tells it was believed in the old era that if a king's house is made on another king's house, it is a good sign, but trolls don't like church bells, that's why the king ended all of them and left a boy alive. And the boy was sent to the darkness of the mountains while scaring him, so he will die there. That's why the troll wants to come here, as it awoke after years and it wants to come back to its home. The minister shows him a few skeletons of trolls in the basement, and when Nora puts light on a skeleton it becomes stone. Here she remembers the story told by her father what happened to the 13 trolls. When there was sunlight on them they become stone, so she understands if a sharp light falls on trolls they turn into stones. Nora calls Captain and tells him her plan about how they can end the troll so they will not bear a huge impairment. She asks him to come to an open field and asks him to arrange a huge solar system. Later Nora and Andreas placed the skeleton of that boy in their car. The boy who was sent to the cave by the king because he scared him, it was a troll, so the giant troll will chase them, seeing it, and they can take it to the open field. There was an announcement on the radio that the missiles will be launched after a while, but Nora has to stop those missiles to make her plan successful. The captain has set the solar system on another side. Nora and Andreas stand in that troll's way with that boy's skeleton. The troll moves behind them when it sees the skeleton, and Nora drives her car speedily, but when she stops her car suddenly the skeleton falls down. After it, the troll picks up the skeleton. It starts weeping while seeing it, and Nora was also feeling its pain. The troll has none in the world and it was alone. Meanwhile the skeleton falls down and breaks. Now troll becomes furious and moves behind Nora and Andreas. Nora was driving speedily to escape from the troll. They reached that field and the troll was about to hold them, but Nora and Andreas jump from their car. The captain turns the solar system on in this field. On another side they activate the system and missiles were also launched, but the commander discovered that there are soldiers. He stops the missiles to be launched. When there was a lot of lights in the open field that fell on the troll, it starts screaming and it was turning into stone gradually because it was feeling pain. It was weeping while screaming, and then Nora realizes they all are doing wrong there. Everything was snatched while ending them even though they weren't dangerous to people, and she turns off the solar system and stands in front of the troll. She asks the troll to leave. She says to leave and move far and hide in the darkness again. They will end you. The troll was also understanding what Nora was saying, but it was too late. The sun raised and the troll was changing into a rock. It becomes stone and Nora feels bad that she couldn't save the troll. Well, the team of the military camo reaches there and the prime minister says to Nora that her father's stories were true. Andres left his job and asks Nora if there are more trolls live in the mountains. Nora laughs and says that anything can be happen. This world is vast. This concludes the movie.